That viral 1 cup a week trick might be why your peace lily has glossy leaves and 0 flowers. Maybe yours just sits there, green, healthy, and completely flowerless, while every clip online swears 1 cup a week should hand it hundreds of blooms. So I went digging through this trend to find out what's actually true. And you know what? It comes down to 3 switches. Just 3, nice and simple. Here's the thing. The reason your peace lily won't flower usually has nothing to do with feeding it more. I came across a study from a Florida university. They found one tiny change that flips a hidden bloom switch, and it costs pennies. The one switch most people never flip? That's coming up. And honestly, it's the easiest of the 3. Now, I'll be straight with you. No cup of kitchen brew is going to do this on its own. You'll hear that claim everywhere. It's just not true. But here's the good news. Every fix is cheap, simple, and something anyone can do on a windowsill. Don't overthink it. So let's start with the part that confuses everyone. Why a perfectly healthy plant still refuses to flower. Okay, let's get into the part that trips everyone up. A peace lily with big glossy green leaves looks like a winner, so it feels like flowers should be right around the corner. Here's the thing though, healthy leaves only tell you the plant is alive. They say nothing about whether it's ready to bloom. 2 completely different jobs. You've probably seen those clips promising blooms in days, but a lot of peace lilies simply aren't old enough yet. Many common varieties need a good 12 to 15 months in a roomy pot before they'll even think about flowering. And they tend to set buds in just one window, spring into early summer. So if you're pushing a young plant in the wrong season, it's not being stubborn. It just can't yet. Then there's light, and this is the big one. A peace lily will happily survive in a dim corner. That's why they're sold as low-light plants. But here's what the community keeps saying. Surviving and blooming are not the same thing. To actually make flowers, this guy needs bright, indirect light, the kind near a window but out of harsh sun. Park it in a dark corner, and that bloom switch just stays off, quietly, for years. The third reason is the room itself. Peace lilies like it warm and steady. Stick one right under an AC vent or by a drafty winter window. The cold slows everything down. The plant goes into self-protection mode, and flowering drops to the bottom of its to-do list. It's not sulking. It's just trying to get through the cold. Now, this isn't just a guess. The University of Florida points to these same 3 things: light, maturity, and a stable warm spot. 3. That number keeps coming back. A viewer actually wrote in last month, a little frustrated. Their plant had sat in a windowless bathroom for 2 years. Gorgeous leaves. Not one flower. Nothing was wrong with the plant. It just never had what it needed to bloom. Same plant, totally different result once the light changed. So here's the honest truth. Lush leaves are not a sign that blooms are coming. And you know what? That's actually good news. You can move a plant a few feet, find a brighter spot, and fix this. No green thumb required. Which brings up the real question. What is that hidden switch? And why do peace lilies at the store always seem to be covered in flowers? Let me show you what's actually going on. So here's the switch. Picture a little factory inside the plant. Stay with me, because once you see this, the whole thing clicks. When you give a peace lily water and a regular green leaf fertilizer, you're handing it bricks and mortar. Nitrogen builds leaves. That's its one job. So the plant does exactly what you asked. It makes more leaves. That's why feeding it more, like that famous 1 cup a week routine, just gives you a bigger, greener plant. And still no flowers. Light is the electricity that runs the factory. Bright, indirect light gives the plant the energy to actually build something. In a dim corner, the power's basically off. The machines just sit there, no matter how much you feed it. That's the part the kitchen brew videos always skip. Now, here's what I found. To switch the line from making leaves to making flowers, the plant needs a different blueprint. And that blueprint is phosphorus. Growers also have a shortcut, a natural plant hormone called gibberellic acid. Think of it like pressing the start button directly. So let me put the whole thing in one line, because this is the part to remember. You don't feed a peace lily into bloom, you signal it. 3 signals. Light flips the power on, phosphorus hands it the blueprint, and warmth keeps the factory running. Pour in more food without those signals, all you build is a bigger factory cranking out the same green leaves. And this isn't a guess. A 1981 study in HortScience found that a single dose of that hormone pushed young peace lilies to flower in about 12 to 14 weeks. 12 to 14, that's it. More recent research from the University of Florida: a light spray sets buds that open roughly 70 to 110 days later. That's how growers get those store plants to bloom right on schedule. Here's why this matters for your wallet. You can grab a clearance peace lily for a few dollars, add a few cents of bloom feed, and get flowers season after season. No need to buy a fresh blooming plant every time. And that popular 1 cup a week trick? I mean, things like baking soda and rice water mostly just feed leaves. Baking soda can actually push the soil the wrong way and lock up the very phosphorus your plant needs to bloom. That's just not how it works. So if a leafy, flowerless peace lily has been driving you a little crazy, hang on. The fix is cheaper and simpler than the viral trick. 3 switches you can flip this week, and the easiest one? Cheapest of all. All right, this is the do it this week part. 3 simple switches, plus 1 optional bonus. I'll give you the actual numbers. No guessing. Switch 1, light. And it's the one that fixes the most plants. You've probably seen peace lilies styled in dark, cozy corners. Pretty, but that's bloom prison. Move yours to a bright spot out of direct sun, about 3 to 6 feet from a window or behind a sheer curtain. If you want to be sure, most phone light meter apps are free. That's it. No tools to buy. Switch 2, what you feed it. Put down the high nitrogen green leaf food. Instead, grab a bloom fertilizer, one with a higher middle number, like a 2:1 ratio. Use it at half strength, just a few times a year heading into spring. That single swap tells the plant it's time to make flowers, not just leaves. Quick and simple. Switch 3, keeping things cozy and steady. Aim for normal room warmth, somewhere around 70 to 85 degrees in the day, a touch cooler at night. Keep it away from AC vents and cold drafts. A little extra humidity helps too, and don't drown it. Let the top inch of soil dry before you water again. There's no rush. The plant will tell you when it's thirsty. Now, the optional bonus for the patient folks. If you've nailed all 3 switches and still see no buds after about 6 months, there's that plant hormone, gibberellic acid, sold as a cheap spray. 1 light application can nudge a stubborn plant to set buds. I'll be honest, it's strong stuff, so go light and test a small area first. Don't overdo it. A quick heads up on the classic mistakes. When leaves droop, people panic and throw more water at it. But you know what? A sad peace lily is more often sitting in soggy roots than thirsty. That right there, that's the culprit. And don't crank the hormone spray hoping for more. Too much can warp the flowers. One safety note, And don't panic, just be smart about it. Peace lilies can irritate cats and dogs if they chew the leaves. Natural calcium oxalate crystals, according to ASPCA Animal Poison Control. So keep the pot up and out of paw's reach. Do these 3 things, and in a couple of months, you'll start seeing those white blooms open up, one after another. And don't be surprised when a neighbor leans over and asks what you've been doing differently. So that's the whole switch. Light, the right feed, and a steady, cozy spot. Let's tie it together. Your peace lily isn't broken, and it isn't hungry. Remember the one line: you don't feed a peace lily into bloom, you signal it. Bright, indirect light, a bloom-focused feed, and a warm, steady spot, with that little hormone spray as a backup. That viral 1 cup a week promise? Now you know what it was missing. That's another trend filtered down to what actually works on your windowsill. And to make this easy, I put together a free gift, the Ultimate Peace Lily Bloom Success Guide. It's got the exact light targets, the 2-3-1 bloom feed ratio, and a printable bloom switch checklist. Just click the first link in the description, print it out, and tape it to the pot. If you'd like me to keep digging through these trends for you, subscribing helps a lot. And tell me in the comments where your peace lily is sitting right now, and I'll point you to the first switch to flip. Get those blooms back, save a little money, and have some fun with it. Happy gardening!